Hey guys, it's Notary with Notary to Notary, and in this video, I'm going to tell you guys how you can become a successful notary public in the state of Virginia. Ready to get started? Okay guys, so I've been a notary in Virginia since 2014. That is almost 10 years. Oh my goodness. Okay. I absolutely love what I do. It's something that I never knew would make me so happy. I didn't know it was as profitable as it is now, and I didn't know how just loving and involved and supportive the notary community is. When I got started in 2014, I had no idea it was going to be all of this. I initially just thought it was going to be a quick little side hustle, something that I did just to make quick gas money. And in this almost 10 years that I've been a notary public, it has been the most life-changing for me. I love what I do. And if you're in the state of Virginia, I'm going to tell you how you can do it too. Before we get into all of that, I do want to make sure that you know being a notary public is not about just making money. Although, yes, you can make great money, your job is to protect the general public. So your job is to make sure people come before you that you validated their identity before you notarize any act that they're asking you to do. So first and foremost, you are commissioned through your state to protect the general public. First. Second, we make great money. Okay, so let's talk about getting started as a notary in Virginia. So in Virginia, it's actually one of the easier states to get into the business. So the first thing you want to make sure is that, of course, you're over the age of 18. You can read, speak, and write English. Okay, that is a requirement. No felonies. If you had a felony, you have to have had your rights restored in order to apply, and either live or work in the state of Virginia. So really simple guidelines for you to meet in order for you to be commissioned in the state of Virginia. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually apply with the Secretary of State's office online. And their application is super easy, takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It's $45 to have the application submitted. You're going to go online. I recommend paying online. They do give you an option to print off the application and mail in a money order, but let's just keep it simple. If you pay online, all you're gonna do is print off your application, print off your receipt, and then you're going to take the application to another notary and have it notarized, okay? You cannot have, as of today, you cannot have your notary application e-notarized in Virginia, okay? They will not accept it. It will not be valid. You have to actually present yourself before a notary public to have it notarized, okay? You then take that notarized application, your receipt, and you're going to mail it off to the Secretary of State's office for Virginia. Typically takes about 2 weeks or so for them to complete your background check and approve your commission. You're going to get an email from the Secretary of State's office, and they're going to have you go to your local courthouse to then take your oath. So basically, you go to your courthouse. You're going to have to pay an additional, I believe it's like $10 for the commission certificate itself. And you will have to administer an oath that you're basically going to abide by the laws set forth by your state as a commissioned notary. Once you say yes, you get your commission certificate, and you are technically ready to rock and roll. You are now commissioned as a notary public. But there is one small thing I left out. Before you go and take your oath, they do ask you, have you read your state handbook? So in Virginia, the state handbook is right online. I'm going to link it below in the description so you can just download it. It's about 20 or so pages. It's a really simple read. Make sure when you read it, you put your notes in it, you highlight the important things in there. Make sure you learn it, like master it, so you know exactly what you need to do. There is no test that you have to take in Virginia. There's no test. It's a background check and an application and $45. As of today, it's $45, and that's it. Okay, and then you read your handbook, master your handbook, read it over and over and over and over again. Okay, and then you take your oath at the courthouse, and you are fully commissioned. Congratulations to you. That was the easy part. Okay, so everyone gets to that part and they're like, oh, I'm super excited. I'm a notary now. There's so much more that you have to do in order to build your business in Virginia specifically. So a couple things you want to make sure you do. The basics. You want to make sure if you're not commissioned through your employer, Okay, so let's say you work at a bank or some other kind of business that has notaries there. If you are not commissioned through your employer, you want to make sure you set up an LLC. And the reason why you want to do that is because you'll be running your own business. If you don't set up an LLC, you'll be a sole proprietorship, which is not bad. It's the option. There's an option there. But what happens is if you start notarizing documents as a sole proprietorship, sole prop, and something happens. Let's say, for example, you notarize a transaction and it was done incorrectly on your part, and you then get sued for the amount of money that it cost the person signing. Let's say it's $20,000. That $20,000 is now due by you, not your business. So let's say you only had $2,000 in your account that was set aside for whatever the case is. You still owe $18,000. So if you have a car, house, 401k, savings, whatever, that's now up for grabs. A lot of people will skip out on the LLC because they say, oh, you don't have to do all that. I'll just do a DBA, or I'll get a fictitious name. Those things they're real things, but they're not real things. It's not a real thing, okay? When you get a fictitious name or a DBA, it's just an AKA. You're just telling people, oh, my name is Vanessa, AKA Vanessa's Notary Public. You're the same thing. I don't know where this whole DBA and fictitious name thing came in as like business entities. When you do that, you have not created a business entity. You just gave yourself a AKA. You have a nickname now. That's it. Okay? So you want to set up an LLC. In Virginia, if you set up an LLC, it's, I believe, like $102 after processing fees. If you don't know how to do it yourself, reach out to us at notary2notary.com because we can help you. There is a small fee for us to do it, but it's going to be better than some other online companies that will charge you a whole lot more to get an LLC. But you do want to make sure you have one. So the first thing is you want to get your LLC. You get an EIN number, okay, an employer identification number. That comes from irs.gov. There are other websites that if you go to them, they're going to charge you, okay, for something that is free. So you're going to go to irs.gov and get a free EIN number. So you have an LLC. The EIN is the business's like social security number. Think about it like that. Okay. And then you're going to get a business checking account. And you're going to put any money that your notary business makes in that business checking account. Okay. So those are the basics that you want to have. The next two basics you want to have is insurance. Okay. So you're going to get E&O, errors and omissions insurance, and then you're going to get general liability insurance. So for your E&O insurance protects your actual act service, okay? So your actual notarial acts is what it protects, okay? And we recommend going through the NNA. So the NNA goes to a company called Merchants Bonding, but we recommend going through nationalnotary.org to get that policy. People will go everywhere else. They'll go to Allstate or State Farm or wherever they decide to go. And a lot of times those policies are not written to where title companies or other companies will accept it, and it will not cover your notarial services, what you're doing. And so you're getting something that may cost more and it may not even work, okay? Go through the NNA, save us some trouble, and just get it from them, okay? And then you're also gonna get business insurance. So business insurance protects your entire business as a whole, okay? That's general liability insurance. And we use a company called Hiscox. It's really, really popular. Most small businesses in America and abroad use that company. And I'll put the link to both of those companies in the description below. But that's where you want to go to get your insurance. And I'm glad I talked about this for a second because some states actually require you to have a bond. Okay, so a bond and E&O insurance and general liability are completely different. I know, insurance talk. A bond does nothing for you, okay? People need to understand that. A bond protects the general public, okay? Not you. So let's say, for example, you go notarize a loan closing or some other kind of document and you made the mistake. It's notarial neglect. You didn't check ID. You didn't complete the notarial act properly. You didn't do whatever you were supposed to do because you probably didn't read your handbook, but let's go back to here. You messed up. You cost whoever was signing financial loss. They then file a claim against your bond, okay, the bonding company will pay out whatever the loss was. They pay it out to them. So it protects the general public. So they now have their money. And you might think, oh, now we're done. No. The bonding company will actually come to you and ask you for that money. So let's say they paid out $10,000 to them. They'll come to you and say, okay, now we need that $10,000. If you did not get E&O insurance, what are you going to do? If you have E&O insurance, they will just file a claim with your E&O insurance to have that paid out. Okay, but there are some things that E&O won't cover, where they may go to the E&O and say, oh, well, we don't cover this necessarily. Okay, what's your backup? General liability, and they can go through that. So you have two things, insurance places things in place to protect you and your business. The bond does nothing for you. It protects the general public. Okay, so in Virginia, you do not need a bond, but a lot of people have asked me, do you need a bond in Virginia? So I wanted to explain what that is. So the bond is put in place in different states to protect the general public. In Virginia, there is no bond requirement for notaries, okay? So there's no requirement for you to have insurance either, but you want to make sure you have it to protect yourself, okay? So you want to get E&O insurance and general liability insurance. So that's the foundation you want to have. The next thing you want to do is, I highly recommend that you invest in some training. So there's a lot of things you can get into in the notary space. You have general notary work, loan closing, e-notary, and what we call non-notary work. 4 different tiers that you can then explore to make money in this business. However, you want to know how to do it properly so you're not spinning your wheels and wasting time and spending a lot of money, which happens a lot. Notaries get into the space and they don't get adequate training, and they pay for everything under the sun. And it's like, well, why would you buy that? And it's like, I don't know, right? So I recommend, as a notary, after you apply, you get your commission, you get your business set up, and if even before, if you need help, you can reach out. You get your insurance, you're ready to start actually making money and going out to getting clients. Get into our Ultimate Notary training at notarytonotary.com. The Ultimate Notary Bundle is going to teach you everything that you need to know in order to be successful in this business. If you are a Virginia notary and you're like, Vanessa, I am ready to start making money, I'm going to get my commission, or I already have my commission, but I've been kind of spinning my wheels, I did a little bit of things here and there and I'm not profitable. I make 6 figures in this space, and I can teach you how to do the same thing. It's not hard to become profitable as a notary public by yourself. Now, of course, the signing service at that point you can build into the millions, but I'm just talking about as your own individual notary. You have the potential to truly build and earn 6 figures, okay? Probably more than that. I'm not putting any caps on you, but you can absolutely do it. And I'm going to teach you how in my Ultimate Notary training. But the key is, when you get into that course, you have to follow the steps. You have to get in and do each and everything that I say, because I tell you exactly what I did. I'm always adding content to it as well, but I'm showing you exactly how I built what I built. And when people follow it, they get the same results, okay? And while you're in the course, if you have questions, you can always ask them right on the student dashboard, or you can reach out to me directly at info@notarytonotary.com, or give me a call. Either way is fine. But I'm really excited to continue to help you get into this business. I've been training since 2019, helping people get into this business in Virginia specifically. And if you really want to get into it, quit your full-time job, or truly maximize this as a side hustle, whatever you want to do, reach out to me. I'm going to help you build your business, okay? So for more training and resources, find me online at notarytonotary.com. And until next time, happy signing.